Hi, my name is Richard Kirkpatrick. I'm with the Kingsville Specialized Crimes and Narcotics Task Force. I'd like to introduce to you the Contraband Enforcement Kit. So let's go to the classroom and go check it out. I'd like to begin talking to you about the CEK Basic Kit and its contents, beginning with the Xposed Contraband Detector, as you see here. This unit is designed to detect hidden anomalies in vehicles such as walls, tires, and other things to look for changes in density. The Xposed Contraband Detector comes with the following items: the carry case, the Xposed unit, the calibration block, user manual, included software, USB cable, and earphone cables. This unit is powered by two AA batteries located on the bottom of the detector. By squeezing the two side buttons at the same time, we'll activate the unit and ready for use. Changes in density will appear on the number dial as located in front, as well as a real-time graph with date and time stamp. There are three modes of operation with the Xposed densimeter, and let's go into the beginning one. The first mode is raw mode. By squeezing the two buttons together, you begin checking changes in density by simply running it or scanning it along the area of interest. On the top of the bar, there are three arrows in the plastic housing. That is to give the user the idea of where the detector is scanning. When you come across something in high in density, you'll notice a change in the number. As opposed to low in the instrument of the area of interest, there is no change in the number, which means that the detector is located high in the instrument as seen here. To enter base scan mode, squeeze the two side buttons and press mode one time. Changes in density are represented by audible signal, the graph, and changes in the number. To enter zero scan mode, again press the buttons together to activate raw scan mode and press the button twice. Zero scan mode will be shown on the top of the display, indicating that is now a zero set value, and any positive or negative change in the density of the area you may be scanning will show up on the graph. This is an example. As you see here, there is an increase in change in density in a positive number. As you move away from it, the graph returns to zero. This is called zero scan mode. The Xposed Contraband Detector can be used as an instrument to detect gamma radiation. To enter rad scan mode, simply hit the survey button one time. This will power the unit on and let the user know that you have entered rad scan mode as displayed in the top of the screen. When exposed to a radioactive source, the unit will increase a value on the display, including the graph. The closer to the source it becomes, the higher the number will be represented. To calibrate the Xposed densimeter, place the enclosed calibration block on a firm table. Place the Xposed on top of the calibration block. Press the left and right buttons at the same time while holding the survey mode and mode buttons at the same time. Release. This will be done for approximately 10 seconds. The display will now tell you that you have successfully completed the calibration and will ask you to save or abort. Press save and release the two side buttons. Calibration is complete. Calibration is only necessary about every 6 months. Enclosed in the contraband detection kit is software included to allow the user to recall the last 30 seconds of data and program the real-time clock. This could be used for evidence collection for court purposes. To begin, locate the associated Xposed tool software and insert it into a laptop, PC. With the supplied USB cable, insert it into the computer, and on the front of the Xposed densimeter is a rubberized gasket. Open the gasket and insert the cable into the USB port located in the front. Once the CD is open, locate the file name called Xposed Tools. Open it up. Once the Xposed Tools software is open, you will see the following information: the model number, current firmware version, the last calibration date, and the serial number of the Xposed densimeter. With this tool, you can set the date and time, The Xposed software allows the user to download the scanned data. It will ask you to give it a file name. I will call this scan number 1. The following data will be displayed. It will show the date and time, firmware version, serial number, and the last calibration date. Okay, this is a compartment that was located with a large amount of United States currency in the back bumper area. I'd like to run the Xposed contraband detector on the compartment, and let's look at the changes in density. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and power the unit up, and let's do the inspection. Starting over here on the left side, we know this to be hollow. Looks like we've got averaging about between 20 and 30. And as we begin scanning over into the suspect area, the changes in density are noted, and now we're up to about 89, 85, high 80s and 90s. And as we move over to the other side, we drop back in density. Now that we've found a change in density, let's go ahead and open this area and show you what we found. As you can see, this area right here has been sectioned off with plate steel that is not common to this type of vehicle. And let's go ahead and open it up. During the initial investigation, we noticed that this particular vehicle had a nut that doesn't belong here on the back side of the bumper. So we removed that nut, which gave us access to the compartment on the rear side. As you can see, there's a piece of contraband hidden inside of this compartment. I'd like to talk to you about how to use the Xposed contraband detector on a tire application. Go ahead and turn it on, and I'm going to set this in zero scan mode. That is my preference, so I can audibly hear the changes. And as I check the entire tire, it looks like it fluctuates between about 25 and about 35. That is a normal reading for a typical truck tire. Now we're going to show you a change in density on a suspect tire that has contraband in it. For the purpose of this example, we're going to go ahead and place it in zero scan mode. And begin changing 36, 33. Right here we have a change in the graph, plus the audible signal, and it's in about the high 50s and 60s. And we turn back up here to the top of the tire, we return back to the low 20s. This would indicate that there is contraband located in the bottom half section of this tire. I'd like to talk about the optional accessory pole that can be used in conjunction with the Xposed contraband detector. To install that, I'm going to make sure that the tabs are pointed out with the flat surface against the Xpose. It clips into place, flat side against the surface that you're going to be scanning. Let's go ahead and put this in zero scan mode to do this particular operation. And we're ready to go. The extension pole can be tilted to allow flat scanning. I'm going to go ahead and extend the pole as far as we can to go to the very top of the truck. This would be useful so that we don't have to utilize a ladder to get up in high places. The Xposed contraband detector extension pole also comes with a remote viewer, so that when we're out of area that we can't read as well, we can install the remote viewer at the bottom of the pole, or have another alternate user utilize the meter and call out the numbers. It is Bluetooth compatible.
80, 81, 70, 80, 90. Whoa, whoa, right there, right there. It's high reading.
This is a demonstration of how to put the extension probe onto the Xposed contraband detector. The extension probe comes in a green canvas bag. Remove the extension probe from the bag and place it flat on a secure surface. Take the Xposed contraband detector and place it into the holding bands, making sure that the bottom of the surface is parallel and flush. And then clamp it on the top. The Xposed should now be turned on and also be registering numbers. Plug the USB cable, which is attached to the extender pole, into the top of the Xposed unit. Next, remove the display from the molded carry case. The remote display has a magnet to hold it into the extender pole, so just line it up and attach it to the pole. Then take the USB cord on the other end of the extender pole and attach it to the remote display. Turn the remote unit on and you will see numbers starting to register.
To turn on the backlight, simply press the light icon, then you will push it in again to turn off the backlight. The backlight feature operates in the same manner on the Xpose unit. Remember to turn off the backlight when not in use to save the battery life of the Xpose and the Xpose remote.
The unit is now ready to be used for density detection. You can extend the probe to its full height by loosening the collars and pulling out the extension, and then tightening the clamps. There is also a remote wrist holder for the remote display. Size and color and functionality may differ depending on the unit supplied.
As you can see in this compartment, the contraband is taped to the inside of a fabricated wall. As you can see here, the entire wall has been modified to hold large amounts of contraband. If you notice here, this is the aluminum box has been created and pushed off the wall. This will give a high reading on the Xposed contraband detector.